Colourpop Lust for Dusk palette. Originally, I was trying to stay away from getting any more Colourpop palettes in my collection, but this palette has always been just calling my name. It's so damn pretty, so I finally just decided to pick it up. I felt like I was going to pick it up eventually. I feel like this is such a beautiful palette for like this time of year, around like the transition time of like summer to fall, and I just feel like this is such a beautiful like summery fall neutral palette, so I decided to pick it up and we're gonna do a look with it today. So first off, I absolutely love the packaging. I think it's gorgeous, and I think this is one of their best designed palettes. I mean, let's get real, Colourpop always does amazing packaging, so you can't say just because you don't like the formula that doesn't mean they don't do amazing packaging. So I love this. I think it's nice and smooth, and I love it. I love the colors. I love the orange and the browns. It's just so pretty. And then when you open it up, there is a plastic insert, and then this is the 16 Pan Eyeshadow Palette. They've never really done a palette like this in this kind of format, I think, since maybe the I Love Sorry, is that how you say it, collab palette that they did with her. That was like the only other palette that they did that had the 16 pans, because most of them either have like the 12 pans like this, which also would be a beautiful color story, but then this is a 16 pan palette, so I love that. So this is what the palette looks like. I'll just give you guys a close-up. Look how gorgeous. I mean, when I saw this in person, I just thought that these like lid shades would just like sparkle all over the lid. And when I swatched these were some of the best shimmers I've swatched from Colourpop, and the mattes are deep and rich and pretty. And I just was so excited to try this palette out. So that's what we're going to do today. So I want to do some and use some of the, like the raspberry kind of colors today, like the berry tones, like these kind of colors here. So that's what we're going to go with today. So I just need to figure out what I want to use in my crease first. So, okay. So for my crease shade, I'm going to use, I could just use this one and then darken up the crease with this one, but I might use that on the outer corners. So for now, I think I'm just going to take the shade Eventide and pop that in my crease area. So the last new palette I used from Colourpop was the Baroque palette, but that was sent to me from Debbie. So this is like the first like non-collab palette that I've tried from Colourpop in quite a while. Because mostly the palettes I've been picking up from Colourpop this year have all been like collab palettes, except for like the what's the other one? The Ornate palette from the same Into Bloom collection that the Baroque palette's from. So anyway, we're just going to pop that in my crease. That's working really nicely. I feel like this palette kind of fell a little bit under the radar. I think that this is probably one of their best palettes they've done in a while. It's like, it's so much different than like some of their other color stories that they've been doing. Some of their other releases have just been super boring to me. I think that this one was the only one that was like interesting enough for me to want to try. And now I've been getting like more palettes that I think that I should try, that I skipped over last year and this year, like the Baroque palette and this palette. So honestly, I just need to listen to my instincts and pick up the palettes that are saying, Caitlin, you need to try this. Listen to my inner voice. Okay, so I blended out really, really nicely. So now we're going to take this more berry color, which is called Mixer. It's not a complete true matte. It does have some of those like little glitters in there, but that never really translates to the lid that much or in the crease area. I mean, it is a little glittery, but I consider these just the same as like a matte shade. I use them as matte shades. I don't use them as like lid shades, so I don't really mind the glitter. It doesn't really bother me. It still performs as like a regular matte to me. So I'm just going to take that shade. What is that? And I'm gonna just buff that in my defining area. Why is their hair already? I guess I'm like dressed a little bit summery today, but if I wear anything longer than a long sleeve than a t-shirt, I do get pretty hot. I mean, it's still summer technically, but it's been like in the 70s lately, but it's not cold enough for me to wear long sleeve shirts or like a sweatshirt yet. So yeah, or I might just wear one of my newer sweatshirts from Lucky. I'm not really sure yet. I mean, when I went outside today, it wasn't that cold, so. Okay. So once we have that on, yeah, I think I'm going to take this like purpley shade down here. I might change my shirt into a different like sweatshirt, just to go with the look a little bit better. It's like so cloudy outside, but it's not supposed to rain today, so. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go into this purpley shade right here called Serve Chilled, and I'm going to put that in my outer corners. And then I'm trying to think whether or not I want to use Miser, I think it's called. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Or Miser. I'm not really sure. Miser or Shaken on my lid. Shaken is such a gorgeous color, but let's not jump ahead too much. Maybe we should just blend this out first. That is so pretty. It's not like too purple, so it's not like too obvious that you're putting like a darker purple on your outer corners. It's just adding like a really beautiful like definition to the outer corners. So I'm just going to blend that out. I do have a couple of other new products to use. I have a new tinted moisturizer and a new concealer to use with you guys. So I figured I was going to use this on a live as a first impressions because I was going to use it on my giveaway live. Because I wanted to use this palette in action because I'm actually going to be giving away this palette on my live tomorrow when I announce the winner for the Colourpop mystery box. So this video will be up way after that, so you guys won't know that I'm giving away this palette yet. Okay, so now I'm just going to put on some glitter glue and then we'll do the lid shade. Okay, both of these colors are so beautiful. It's going to be really hard for me to pick which one I want to use. I mean, I could just use Shaken on the inner corners, but I really want to use it on my lid, so I think that's the one we're going to go with. This really beautiful, like, shimmery color. It's almost like a wet color. I think that's one of the, I don't know if it's one of the Super Shocks, but it is freaking stunning. Oh my god. Oh wow. That is literally, wow, that's really, really beautiful. I don't think I've ever tried a formula like this from them. This is stunning. It's like super wet and glittery, but it's not like, oh my god, that's so beautiful. But you don't see like separate sparkly glitters on your eyes. It's just like a straight up gorgeous like wet metallic shade. That is beautiful. Whoo! That is so pretty. Oh my god. Oh my god, I love this shade so much. It's so metallic. always feel like my glitter glue likes to give me a hard time. That is so stunning. Oh, that is so gorgeous. I love that color. Wow. Beautiful. Okay, so I think I'm just going to keep this t-shirt on because it's fine. I can just wear like a cardigan later. So now I'm just going to prime my face. I'm going to use the MAC Fix Plus Cucumber, which I love. And then I'm going to use the NYX Marshmallow Primer because I am going in with some NYX products for my face. So I kind of want to keep the theme going, and also because I'm not sure like how hydrating this product is, so usually I use this primer. Oh, it just makes my skin look so good. Like, I know there's like very mixed feelings about this primer. I mean, it was so viral on TikTok, but I feel like it just makes my skin look so much brighter every time I put it on. Like, it has like this blurring effect. It makes your skin like look so bright and healthy, and it smells so good. I don't know if it prolongs the like longevity. I just love how it feels on my skin. It just feels so nice. Okay, so for my face today, this product I actually saw is being discontinued, so that's why I decided to pick it up. I've never tried any of NYX's like foundation type of products. And Angelica Nyquist like constantly raves about this tinted moisturizer, and I think also Allie from Allie Brienne's channel, one of my dear friends on YouTube, talks about this all the time, and she uses it in like most of her videos. So this is the NYX Bear With Me Tinted Skin Veil, and I got mine in the shade Pale Light. Why do I feel like there's a piece of hair in my mouth? Sorry about that. There was a piece of hair in my mouth. Okay, so I'm going to try this guy out today. I actually picked this up a few days ago, and I haven't tried it yet, or haven't had the time to, because I wanted to try it in a first impressions video. That's a really, really nice texture. It's very smooth. It doesn't feel like as thick as like most tinted moisturizers do. It just feels extremely moisturizing. Like sometimes I can tell, or usually I can tell the texture of a tinted moisturizer once I squeeze it on my hand, and that feels extremely smooth. So very excited to try this out, and I think that this is a pretty good shade for me. This one is definitely lighter than that Wet n Wild one, which I also have been really liking too. So we've just been trying all the tinted products this past summer, but like this is basically what I live in for this time of year. So I'm just going to, wow, that blends out super easily. That is beautiful on the skin. Wow. I mean, I'm trying to determine like what the differences are between the tinted moisturizers that I've gotten. The Hydromaniac from Urban Decay is a little bit thicker and has like the most coverage out of all the like tinted moisturizers that I have. But I love that tinted moisturizer. It's like my favorite. This one feels very lightweight, very moisturizing, and just covers my skin beautifully. So wow, that's really, really nice. And I don't think Angelica Nyquist would still steer me wrong. She just did a video on products that are being discontinued that I love, and she was talking about this and the Becca doing skin tint, which you guys know that Becca is unfortunately going to be not in Sephora anymore. They already stopped selling their products on Sephora. They're only saving like there's certain like hero products like the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfectors and the Becca Under Eye Corrector are like the only two products that they are saving. Okay, so far that is gorgeous on the skin. I really, really love that. I don't know if this is medium to full coverage, but I also wanted to try this concealer because, again, Angelica Nyquist constantly raves about this concealer. So I'm going to try this NYX Born to Glow Radiant Concealer. Again, Angelica Nyquist constantly talks about this concealer. And I guess we're just going to... Oh, wow. That is quite a bit of coverage. Okay. So I'm just going to, like, dot it on. Whoa. I did not think it was going to be that pigmented. Okay, all right, so we're just going to blend that out, but it blends out extremely easily. I don't know if oh my God. I don't know if the water from my beauty blender is kind of thinning it out a little. Actually, this is not a beauty blender. I always say that. It's a Colourpop sponge. That's really nice, but I didn't think it was going to be that thick. I mean, I knew that it was going to be more coverage than the Tinted Moisturizer, but I mean, it's not really thick at all. It's just like more pigmented than I thought. That's okay. We can just blend it out. Not a big deal. But that's blending out really nicely. Okay, and then I'm just going to, ooh, wow, that's a lot. But it feels so nice. It feels like extremely creamy and hydrating, so let's go ahead and blend this out. I probably added a little bit too much though, but it's all right. I feel like this sponge is starting to like break up a little bit, so I probably have to order some new sponges from Colourpop, because these ended up being like my favorite face sponges. So I'm probably just gonna end up ordering the set again at some point, because I think I got these like last year, so they're like a year old, so they're starting to get like a little bit old, and you're supposed to replace your sponges like every 6 months, I think it is. So okay, so that is really, really nice. I think it's just the sponge that's making it look a little bit textured. I don't think it's the actual concealer. So I think I need to try it like with a better sponge at some point, but it really did bring a lot of brightness underneath my eyes and a lot of radiance, so that's definitely true. Since I've never tried any face products from them, I really wanted to try this one. I mean, I have their blushes. I've never tried a NYX highlighter though. Like, they don't really have that many highlighter options. And then this, I don't know if this is being discontinued. Can I speak? I don't think it is. But the Bare With Me Tinted Skin Veil is being discontinued, so I wanted to pick it up before it's not available anymore. And again, since Angelica Nyquist like constantly raves about it, I really wanted to try it out. And same thing with Allie. She said it's like her go-to everyday products. But I've gotten quite a bit of tinted moisturizers this year. That was definitely the trend besides like cream blushes this year. I think the cream blush trend is kind of dying down a bit now. I don't really know what the trend is going to be for fall time. I don't necessarily follow like how to do a makeup trend on my face. Like, I don't follow those trends at all. But sometimes I do follow the hype of, like, you know, certain, you know, products that are being, you know, hyped up, like cream blushes or tinted skin veils. Like, I want to try them all. But the way I do my own makeup doesn't change just because it's trendy. Like, I've never done that. I do my makeup the way that I want to do it. So anyway, I'm just going to set my face with my Wet n Wild powder. But that added beautiful coverage. Like, my skin looks gorgeous, but it actually added a lot more coverage than I thought it was going to, but it looks so natural because it just makes my pale skin shine through and like most of my freckles. So I think it's beautiful on the skin, and it's definitely more matte than I thought it was going to be, but it's not like drying, and it's really nice. So I'm just going to add a little bit of but that like glittery shade from Colourpop is definitely transferring a lot more than I thought, but it's gorgeous. So so now I'm just going to add some liner. I'm just gonna take, this has been my go-to literally like every day. I'm just gonna take my Marc Jacobs brown liner in the shade Earthquake, and I don't know if I want to smudge it. You know what? I've just been so lazy about smudging on the lower lash line lately. I think the last time I did it was for like the Tinkerbell and Beauty Bakery palettes, but I've just been so lazy about it. And it's funny how I used to always do eyeliner on the top, and now I never do that anymore. So, have any of you seen Colourpop's new Hocus Pocus collection? I just got like a bunch of eyeliner on my under eyes. That's really annoying. What a disappointment. It's like literally everybody's saying it looks like kids' makeup. Everybody was wanting them to re-release the collection from last year, and I think that they should have re-released that collection because so many people weren't able to get it. That was like after that Hocus Pocus collection, every single launch from Colourpop went extremely smooth. I did not see like any like, because I think that what they did was learn their lesson a little bit. I'm just going to blend out my eyeshadows on camera because I have some thoughts. And I don't have much more time. So anyway, I feel like I have hair down here too now. What is going on? So for the collection last year, like it sold out like not even within a half hour, and they had such issues because the website like shut down that they had to relaunch it the next day because the site was so flooded with customers trying to get that palette and collection. It was freaking crazy. So ever since that launch, Colourpop has magically been stocking just enough palettes and products for everybody to get, and it's very easy for them to restock products because they can make them in their own factory. That most people say when they sell out, it would be extremely easy for them to restock products because they're able to produce them much faster since they have their own factory. Now, they never restocked the Hocus Pocus collection. I'm going to use the Act Natural Volumizing Mascara from Colourpop in the brown shade. I absolutely love this mascara, and it's the one that's in front of me, so I'm just going to use it because I love it. It's like my go-to everyday mascara. So, anyway, what I think that they should have done for this new Hocus Pocus Part 2 collection is not like come out with a bunch of subpar products, because honestly the collection is pretty boring and generic. and everybody was super excited for it, but most people were like saying that I'm not gonna waste my money on getting the new collection since it turned off a lot of customers from not being able to get the older one. Like, a lot of people were pissed that they couldn't get their hands on that palette. I'm surprised that I even got that palette because I was like back and forth about it in my cart and I still ended up getting it, which was kind of crazy. And then certain people didn't get it, and I ended up loving that palette. So anyway, I think what they should have done is re-release the older palette because so many people wanted that one. And I think what they should have done is released a couple of blushes and highlighters. That would have been gorgeous. And they should have released some other like skincare and like body products. I thought that would have been so fun. Like, since they were teasing, when they teased the actual products, or teased that they were coming out with a part 2 collection, they were lighting a candle from Soul Body. So I was like, oh, maybe they are going to be launching like Soul Body products for this. No, all they did was come out with a candle from Soul Body. The collection includes a 12-pan mediocre eyeshadow palette. Honestly, it's so... The palette last year is literally so much better than the one this year. It's just... Everybody's saying it looks like kids' makeup, literally. 3 of the lip creams, which I think are the only products that look remotely interesting because they are coming out with a black lipstick. I think that the lip creams are probably going to sell out, but I don't think any of the other products are going to. But they are really beautiful shades that they came out with for the lip creams. I'm just going to do my inner corner highlight. But they could have had so much fun for this collection. And then it has 3 Super Shock shadows, which are also very pretty, and an eyeliner stamp and a mirror and a candle. And that's what they came out with. I'm like... They could have done some blushes, they could have done some highlighters, they could have done some more eyeliner shades, they could have done a mascara. That would have been so much fun. And the reason why Colourpop annoys me when they don't come out with like better products in a collab or collection is because they're Colourpop. They have the potential to do these products. They can do whatever they want. They're Colourpop. Like, They have the means to be able to do it. They're not a small indie brand anymore. Like, these small indie brands are killing it with Halloween collections. Killing it. So Colourpop has no excuse to come out with this mediocre collection. So anyway, for my inner corners, I think I'm going to use this shade right here, which is called Sunset Chaser. I almost thought it said Sunset Clover. I don't know why. And I'm going to put that on my inner corners. This is a gorgeous color. I don't know what I want for a blush, though. I haven't gotten that far. So yeah, what I was thinking was that they could have... Oh my god, that's so pretty. So pretty. Okay, I think that this is one of their best palettes they've come out with this year. And all the good palettes just fall under the radar because they release so much crap. They should have done like a full collection for this Lust for Dusk palette. Like, oh, I could have seen like bronzers and blushes and like lip glosses. Oh my god, that would have been so pretty. Or like the glossy lip stains. But that's the thing. So like, I thought what they should have done is the outer palette packaging is like orange. So I thought that they should have done like, okay, I gotta grab some... Hold on a second. Okay, so for bronzer, I'm going to use my Colourpop Private Party bronzer. I don't know why they haven't come out with more bronzer powder shades. Like, that. It's been like a year or two since they've come out with powder bronzers. What are they doing? I don't know. So anyway, I feel like for the palette, it should have been oranges, reds, and purples and blacks. That would have been so pretty. Or like deep dark browns and like just something like dark and sexy and fun for Halloween. Like, but I thought it was going to be like an orangey, reddish, purple kind of palette. And then the palette is just so underwhelming. And then they should have done like blushes, like so for my blush, I'm just going to use my Milani cream blush in the shade Nude Kiss. This is such a pretty color. They should have done blushes, like deeper colored blushes. Like they could have come out with like a deeper orangey peachy kind of color. Then they could have done like a reddish tone, like mauvey reddish kind of color. That would have been so pretty. And then they could have done like a deeper like purpley mauve. Like something just daring and fun. And then they could have came out with like a soul body highlighter, or they could have just done like a beautiful like duochrome kind of highlighter. And that would have been so much more fun, but this collection is just so mediocre. So anyway, I'm just going to apply that because I got to get out of here. I'm just saying, like, it's just really, really just underwhelming and disappointing. They usually kill it with the Disney collabs. Kill it. And this one was just, I really feel like they just pushed out this collection to be sold at Ulta, because this looks like a collection that will appeal to like young girls. And I think that's what they want, like preteen, teenager type of client, customer targeted collection, is that they just want this to be sold at Ulta. That's all I'm thinking. So I'm thinking it'll probably sell out at Ulta, but it probably won't sell out on Colourpop's website. That's just my prediction. Okay, so for my highlight, I'm going to use my Aether Beauty Pure Diamond Dust highlighter. I would have went into something like pinkier, but this is so gorgeous. Oh, love this damn highlighter. It's so beautiful. And then we're just going to do the lips, and then we'll finally be done, because I feel like I've been filming for forever. So I'm just going to highlight with that. Oh, love this highlighter. It's so pretty. So yeah, I don't really understand this collection. They came out with the gorgeous Tinkerbell collection. That was beautiful. Everybody loved that collection. I didn't really see one person say they didn't like it. And then they come out with this like disappointing Hocus Pocus collection. Like everybody was saying, why are they coming out with a part 2 collection? But if they just did this so they can push out maybe a Nightmare Before Christmas collection right before Christmas, I do not have a problem with that. Because everybody has been begging them to do a Nightmare Before Christmas collection. They couldn't do it last year because Makeup Revolution was coming out with a Nightmare Before Christmas collection. And I think due to like licensing and stuff like that, they can only have like one makeup deal at a time. But that doesn't mean they couldn't do it this year. So that would be amazing. If they just do that right before Christmas, that would be amazing. That would be like so smart. I should just be on Colourpop's marketing team. But like everybody has been begging them to do a Nightmare Before Christmas collection. Like the Powerpuff Girls collection. That was like the #1 most requested collection for them to do when they finally listened to everybody and did that. So if they do a Nightmare one, I think they will make people very happy, because this collection is pretty mediocre. Okay, I'm just setting my face with my Colourpop No Filter spray, and then Pretty Fresh, I mean. Okay, so now I'm actually kind of hungry, so I need to get out of here. So I'm just gonna grab a lip product. Just setting my brows with my Brow Boss gel from Colourpop. And then I'm just gonna grab a lippy. Okay, and then for my lips, I'm gonna use the Marc Jacobs Le Marc lip cream in the shade Shakedown. It's a really pretty pinky shade. I'm hungry. Oh, my stomach is rumbling. And that's pretty much it. Okay, you guys, so this is pretty much the finished look. Here are the eyes. Excuse me. They just like sparkle. It's so pretty. The cheeks and the lips. I am in love with this palette. I think that this is gorgeous. I think this is one of their best palettes they've ever done. I'm dead serious about that. I think like the non-collab palettes have been some of the best palettes I've tried from them this year. I love this. I think it's beautiful. I love it. I love this color story, and I think that the lid shades are where this palette really shines, and I just love it so much. And also, I really did like the, let me just put this away, the NYX Bear With Me Skin Veil. I think it looks gorgeous on the skin. Seriously, love it. And then the Born to Glow concealer, I really liked how this looked too. I think everything turned out beautiful. So yeah, that's it, you guys. So please like and subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram at CPW819, and check out my Poshmark at the same handle at CPW819. I love you guys. Bye.